Here we go with another one. This one is posting to your Facebook group. Now, you probably belong to the T-Shirt Bomb group, so you probably recognize or understand how different groups are from pages. Pages, when someone else posts to your page, it goes off into this obscure place and really no one ever sees it. But in a Facebook group, in theory, tons of people see it. So it's almost like that crazy sidebar comes to life and people are interacting and talking back and forth, similar to a forum. So it's good, it's bad, it's different, it's all those things. So first, you must be actively providing value in your Facebook group so people get noticed and things go out and notifications and that sort of thing. And I've seen this with plenty of groups, they let a few spammers in and all of a sudden people turn off notifications, people quit coming back to the group, and the group dies and just sits there and spammers post to it and it just throws up all over Facebook over and over and over. So what I like to do is I load it with content, whether it's news articles, photos, blah, blah, blah. I get about 20 of those things going, and then I open it up, and group members after that, they basically run it. They post photos, they post news, they talk back and forth, they, show their newest picture of whatever it is. But you will have to go back in here and check for spammers, and when I see a spam post, I delete and ban the person immediately. I don't just delete their post and ask them, did you mean to do that? I just ban them. Why waste your time even writing them a message or a note? Just eliminate them right away. Well, this will keep your group clean, and the interaction will continue and go, and people will continue to get notifications and come back to it. So what I like to do is pin my t-shirt campaign to the top. You can pin a post if you're the admin in there, and I just pin it to the top and let people rip, and some people obviously never see it because they interact on mobile or whatever, but as people go in and out of that group, it's your one billboard, your one chance for them to see it over and over and over. And obviously don't be a spammer and spam these people with the same thing, because again, they're just going to leave the group and it's going to die. So all I do in groups is just pin it to the top and let it run. I will say this, group members, they are almost like the crazies, and they're just avid fans of whatever the topic is, whatever the niche is, compared to just a Facebook liker. So people that like your page, they may go, yeah, I like funny jokes, if you had a funny jokes group, these would be people, posting jokes back and forth and laughing and LOL, and they're way more nuts when you get into a group. And I like to start my promotions right away. I pin it right to the top. I don't wait until I have so many people in there or 1,000 people in the group or whatever. I just start it right away. Why? Because these are those avid nut job fans that are probably more likely to buy your shirt than anyone else, So I create a group for every one of my popular fan pages. I start a lot of fan pages that fail. I start a lot that work. And the ones that work, I just create a side group to them. I create a tab on the fan page that just says, hey, click here to join the funny jokes group or whatever it is, and they can click and go to it from there. Then I also use some posts on the fan page to promote the group, and I do some hard ones. Hey, join this group if you love to hear funny jokes every day. And then I do some soft ones where maybe I'll post a photo that makes sense on the fan page, and in the description I'll say, hey, if you really like more of this, then join our Facebook group. It's free or something like that. The downside of groups, and there's a couple downsides, is you have to approve group members joining. So you have to keep going back and approving people over and over. Use a VA? Sure, you could use a virtual assistant. Your choice. Here's why I don't. On Facebook pages, there's a nice hierarchy. You can add people as content creators, advertisers, editor, whatever. There's all these different selections you can do. In Facebook groups, it's just an admin. And anyone that you add as an admin has equal powers to you, and in theory they could take over your group and kick you out and then then what do you have, you know? So this is why I do not use a VA. I do it all myself, which is horrible. I wish I could outsource this, but it is what it is. But I have found it's worth my time. And again, only to these popular fan pages do I set up a group, not to every single one. I make sure this is a hot niche, I'm selling shirts, then I set up a group and let her rip, and it seems to help out even more. The upside of groups is these things grow by themselves over time. You don't really have to put in advertising once you cross about 1,000 people, because Facebook, and you've probably noticed this on the sidebar, they serve up groups to you all the time, like, you may enjoy this group. I think you would enjoy this group. And so, you know, they kind of take over the marketing as near as I can tell, and especially as, you know, your group totals go higher. So I do some of these hard posts, some soft posts, the thing starts building itself. Obviously, you don't even have to put content in it anymore, because all the, you know, the fans or excuse me, the group members are doing it. So really what you have to do is delete spammers, get them out of there, and approve people. That's kind of your two jobs to tend to a group. And I wish I could outsource it, but I haven't found a way. Or I don't trust it, because if I'm going to build an asset, I don't want it stolen from me, you know. So posting, you can advertise your group. It's a pain in the butt, but it can be done. And if you really want to do this, I guess PM me and I'll make another video on how to do it. You basically have to make a dark post and a link to your group, and man, it is hard on Facebook to just advertise your group, and that's why what I do is focus my dollars on the fan page, building more and more fans, and then as I'm doing those hard and soft posts in my tab on the Facebook page, it just trickles through down to the group, and those are going to be the avid people anyway that are, you know, interested in talking about that subject every single day or seeing posts on it. I'll just say this: I use Woobox to do Facebook tabs. Totally up to you. It's free. That's why I use it. Some people use static HTML. I find that in Woobox you can just add a simple redirect, and you know it works for me. So that's why I use it. So that's it. That's posting to your Facebook group. They're a totally different animal. There's good and bad parts about them, but I have watched sales come off of these groups, especially when you have a new shirt and you post it. Seems to work pretty good. That's it. If you have any questions, hit me up. See ya.